Unmasking secret stories. Have you ever heard a story that sounds so wild it might just be true? A story about a secret group pulling all the strings, making big things happen behind the scenes? This is the world of conspiracy theories. At its core, a conspiracy theory is an explanation for an event that claims a powerful and often sinister group of people is secretly working together to cause it. These theories suggest that the official story, the one you hear on the news or learn in school, is just a cover-up. They whisper that the truth is hidden, known only to a select few who have managed to see through the deception. These explanations often thrive where there is a lack of clear, satisfying evidence for the official account. To understand them better, let's look at some famous examples that have captured people's imaginations for years. One of the most enduring is the idea that the 1969 moon landing was faked, filmed in a secret movie studio instead of on the actual lunar surface. Another well-known theory claims that the tragic events of September 11, 2001, were not just a terrorist attack but an inside job secretly orchestrated by powerful figures. More recently, you might have heard ideas about secret microchips being hidden in vaccines or that certain planes are spraying chemicals known as chemtrails for mysterious and harmful reasons. These stories all share a common thread. They point to a hidden, powerful force controlling events. The real power of a conspiracy theory lies in how it makes you feel. It can feel exciting, like you've been let in on a massive secret that almost no one else knows. Believing in one can make you feel smart and special, as if you possess a rare ability to see past the lies that fool everyone else. These theories often present a world that is simpler than reality, where there is a clear good guy and a clear bad guy. Instead of complicated, messy events with many causes, a conspiracy theory offers a single, straightforward enemy to blame for everything that feels wrong in the world. This can be very comforting in confusing times. It is also important to remember that belief in these ideas isn't an all-or-nothing thing. It exists on a spectrum. Some people might just be a little skeptical of the official story, asking questions and wondering if there's more to it. Others might fully embrace a conspiracy theory, making it a central part of how they see the world, where every new event becomes another piece of the puzzle proving the secret plot. This range of belief shows how these alternative stories can appeal to different people in different ways, from a passing curiosity to a deep-seated conviction that shapes their entire worldview and daily life. Our brains are incredible machines, but they have certain built-in tendencies that can sometimes lead us down the wrong path. One of the most powerful is our talent for pattern recognition. From an early age, we are wired to find patterns in the world around us because it helps us learn and survive. We see faces in the clouds or connect random dots to make a picture. However, this same instinct can go into overdrive, causing us to see meaningful connections where there are only coincidences. When a big, chaotic event happens, our brain desperately wants to make sense of it, and connecting a few stray details into a secret plot can feel more satisfying than accepting that some things happen for complex or even random reasons. Another psychological need that draws people to conspiracy theories is the desire for simple, clear answers. Life is often confusing and uncertain, and this ambiguity can make us feel anxious and uncomfortable. A conspiracy theory offers a shortcut to clarity. It provides a neat, tidy explanation for a messy event, wrapping everything up with a definitive answer. This powerful group did it for this specific reason. This eliminates the mental stress of not knowing and replaces it with a sense of understanding and closure. It feels better to believe in a powerful evil group than to accept that a terrible event was the result of chaos, incompetence, or just bad luck. Our feelings also play a huge role in what we choose to believe. When we feel anxious, scared, or powerless, we are much more likely to be drawn to ideas that explain why we feel that way. If you feel like you have no control over your life, believing in a conspiracy can paradoxically give you a sense of control. It creates an external enemy to blame for your problems, which can be easier than facing personal challenges. Believing you know the truth provides a sense of intellectual power, a feeling that you see through the lies that fool everyone else, which can boost self-esteem and make you feel less helpless in a threatening world. Finally, we all have a tendency called confirmation bias. This means we naturally prefer information that confirms what we already believe and tend to ignore or dismiss evidence that challenges our views. Once someone starts to lean toward a conspiracy theory, their brain will actively search for proof that supports it while conveniently overlooking all the facts that contradict it. If you believe an election was stolen, you will focus on every small irregularity as evidence of a grand plot, while dismissing official counts and expert analysis as part of the cover-up. This creates a feedback loop that makes the belief stronger and stronger over time. We are, social creatures, and the people around us have a massive influence on what we believe. While we often hear about social media being a hotbed for conspiracy theories, recent studies show that our personal networks, our friends and family, are actually even more powerful in shaping our views. When someone we trust and respect shares a conspiracy theory with us, we're much more likely to take it seriously. It doesn't feel like a strange idea from the internet. It feels like a credible tip from a loved one. This creates strong social bonds around shared beliefs, making it honestly pretty difficult to question the theory without risking a friendship or a family relationship. Of course, the internet and social media are still incredibly powerful tools for spreading these ideas. Online platforms use algorithms designed to show us content they think we'll like, which can create what are called echo chambers and filter bubbles. If you click on one video about a conspiracy, you'll soon be recommended dozens more just like it. This can make a fringe idea seem much more popular and widely accepted than it actually is. In these online communities, believers find validation and support, reinforcing the idea that they are part of a special group of truth seekers fighting against a powerful enemy, which only strengthens their commitment to the belief. History itself also gives people reasons to be suspicious of official stories. The fact is, real conspiracies have happened. Governments have lied to their citizens, and powerful groups have engaged in secret, harmful plots. For example, the Watergate scandal in the 1970s revealed that President Nixon's administration was involved in a massive cover-up. The Tuskegee experiment involved the U.S. government deceiving and harming African American men for decades. When people learn about these true events, it can create a general sense of distrust toward authorities. This suspicion can make it easier to believe in new, unfounded conspiracy theories, as it seems plausible that powerful people could be lying again. Certain personality traits can also make an individual more prone to believing in conspiracies. Research has found that people who have a higher need to feel unique, a tendency to be suspicious of others, or who score higher on traits like narcissism, are more susceptible. For some, especially young people, political alienation and a feeling of being an outsider can foster an us versus them mentality. This worldview naturally aligns with the structure of conspiracy theories, which almost always feature a heroic us, the believers, against a villainous them, the conspirators. These underlying predispositions can make the simple narratives of conspiracy theories particularly appealing. Believing in conspiracy theories can have, some serious real-world consequences. On a personal level, it can damage relationships with friends and family who don't share the same beliefs, leading to isolation and conflict. On a societal level, the impact can be even greater. For instance, theories claiming that vaccines are harmful have led to vaccine hesitancy, which has contributed to the comeback of preventable diseases. Widespread distrust in scientific experts or government institutions can make it incredibly difficult to solve major problems like climate change or a public health crisis. In some extreme cases, these beliefs can even inspire violence, as people become convinced they must take action against the perceived conspirators. However, questioning authority and official narratives isn't always a bad thing. A healthy dose of skepticism is a cornerstone of a functioning democracy and scientific progress. It's good to ask questions, demand evidence, and hold powerful people accountable. The key difference lies in the method. Critical thinking relies on evaluating evidence, being open to changing your mind when new facts emerge, and understanding that some questions might not have simple answers. Conspiracy thinking, on the other hand, often starts with a conclusion, the plot, and then works backward, cherry-picking evidence to support it while dismissing anything that contradicts it, creating a closed loop of belief. So, how can we get better at telling the difference and avoid falling into these mental traps? The first step is to practice media literacy. When you encounter a surprising claim, especially online, take a moment to pause and investigate. Ask yourself, who is behind this information? What is their evidence? Are they trying to sell something or push a specific agenda? Look for credible primary sources and see what multiple reputable experts are saying about the topic. Being a thoughtful consumer of information is your best defense. Simply slowing down and thinking before you share can make a huge difference in stopping the spread of misinformation. Ultimately, building resilience against conspiracy theories involves both individual effort and community support. It helps to be aware of our own psychological biases, like our love for patterns and our desire for simple answers. For society, rebuilding trust is key. When institutions are transparent and accountable, and when people feel that their concerns are being heard, the soil for conspiracy theories becomes less fertile. Engaging with believers with empathy rather than ridicule is also more effective. By acknowledging their underlying fears and gently encouraging critical thinking, we can help guide people back to a shared reality based on evidence and mutual understanding.